Good evening. I think I put the wrong chapter in the caption. We are reading Revelation chapter 9, not chapter 8. I think I mistyped that, but I'll go back and correct that. So tonight, as I said, we're going to read Revelation chapter 9, and it's another one that's not real long, but there's so much information in this. I'm kind of glad that it's not, because I don't want us to get overwhelmed with the amount of information that we have. Now, I have mentioned before the study book that we did called Escape from the Coming Night by Dr. David Jeremiah, and it is an excellent study. There are a lot of good studies on Revelation. The Lord wants us not to be afraid. He wants us to be prepared. So tonight, let's read chapter 9. And if you remember, when we did chapter 8 yesterday, we started on the 7 trumpets, and it stopped, and it said, the last verse says, "Woe, woe, woe to all those who dwell on the earth at the blast of the other trumpets that the 3 angels are about to blow." And then chapter 9 starts. "And the 5th angel blew his trumpet, and I saw a star falling from heaven to earth, and he was given the key to the shaft of the bottomless pit. He opened the shaft of the bottomless pit, and from the shaft rose smoke like the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the air were darkened with the smoke from the shaft. Then from the smoke came locusts on the earth, and they were given power like the power of scorpions on the earth. They were told not to harm the grass of the earth or any plant or any tree, but only those people who do not have the seal of God on their foreheads. They were allowed to torment them for 5 months, but not to kill them, and their torment was like the torment of a scorpion when it stings anyone. And in those days people will seek death and will not find it. They will long to die, but death will flee from them. In appearance the locusts were like horses prepared for battle. On their heads were what looked like crowns of gold. Their faces were like human faces. Their hair like women's hair, and their teeth like lions' teeth. They had breastplates like breastplates of iron, and the noise of their wings was like the noise of many chariots with horses rushing into battle. They have tails and stings like scorpions, and their power to hurt people for 5 months is in their tails. They have as king over them the angel of the bottomless pit. His name in Hebrew is Abaddon, and in Greek he is called Apollyon. The first woe has passed. Behold, 2 woes are still to come. Then the 6th angel blew his trumpet, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar before God, saying to the 6th angel who had the trumpet, "Release the 4 angels who were bound at the great river Euphrates." So the 4 angels who had been prepared for the hour, the day, the month, and the year were released to kill 1/3 of mankind. The number of mounted troops was twice 10,000 times 10,000. Now 10,000 times 10,000 is 100,000, and twice that is 200,000. If I'm doing, no, I don't think that's right. I don't know. I would have to write that down and look at it. It would be 8 zeros. Let me write that down and look at it. 10,000 times 10,000. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 zeros. 6, 7, 8. So that's. And I know I'm sitting here doing math in front of y'all. It's okay. 1, 2, 3. That is 100 million, 200 million. And I think I knew that. I just forgot. 200 million. Because it says twice times. The number of mounted troops was twice 10,000 times 10,000, and that's 200 million. I heard their number. And this is how I saw the horses in my vision, and those who rode them. They wore breastplates the color of fire, and of sapphire, and of sulfur, and the heads of the horses were like lions' heads, and fire and smoke and sulfur came out of their mouths. By these 3 plagues, a third of mankind was killed, by the fire and smoke and sulfur coming out of their mouths. For the power of the horses is in their mouths and in their tails, for their tails are like serpents with heads, and by means of them they wound. The rest of mankind who were not killed by these plagues did not repent of the works of their hands, or give up worshiping demons and idols of gold and silver and bronze and stone and wood, which cannot see or hear or talk. Nor did they repent of their murders or their sorceries or their sexual immorality or their thefts. So these people knew why these bad things were happening and didn't bother them. They just went right on. And we know people today who seemingly have that hard a heart. I hear people, or I see people talking about how they'll never worship God because he does bad things. They say all these things, and you don't need to argue with somebody like that, because it's not going to do any good. You can discuss things with them, but at some point you realize that the discussion is not working. They've got their minds made up, and you don't need to waste your breath. You pray for them and move on. But anyway, that's the end of chapter 9, and I know that was a real short little thing. Tomorrow night we will read The Angel and the Little Scroll, which is chapter 10. We've been having a lot of fun at my house today. We have been painting and watching all kinds of fun shows, and I've been working, but I've been playing too, and we've had a good time. I'm enjoying Lyra being here with me. We've got some more fun things to do today. I will tell you this, I'm going to be speaking at the library in the morning at a writers group. Some of you may not know, but I help people publish their books, and so I'm going to be speaking to the group about that, and I'm sure they would be glad for guests who would like to come. If you're thinking about writing a book, or you've written one and want a little bit more information. But anyway, that'll be in the morning. I think the program starts at 9. But it's the Luverne Public Library. So y'all come join us if you would like to. Other than that, I will see you tomorrow night.